really ready. Okay, so it was mid-July last summer, and it was like really hot outside, and it was probably around 9 o'clock in the morning. And I get a call, and my friend's like, hey, you want to go to Hermit Falls? And I'm like, sure, yeah, let's go. And I'm not really a morning person, so like I wasn't really that excited at the time. So I get up, I get dressed, and she picks me up, and it's like a 45-minute drive, so I was like really pissed off because like, I hate driving anywhere. So like, we like get off the freeway 45 minutes later, and like we go down a few streets and we start going up the hill because it's in like Los Angeles National Forest. So 15 minutes up, I look down, we're like really high up, and I hate heights, like I hate them. So I was just like really scared. So we pull off this little dirt road and we park, and we have to get a parking permit. And I was like, crap, like I didn't bring money. I didn't know, so we had to park. So she pays for it, and we go buy it, and then we go like get the permit, we put it on the car. And we didn't know where the hike started or anything, so we were freaking out, like we were kind of lost. So we asked this like random person, and we didn't know they didn't speak English, and they were Russian or something, and they didn't help at all. So we were looking at all the signs, and like finally we found it. So like we start the hike, and it said like 2 miles there, and then like 2 miles like back, and I was like, shit, like 2 mile hike, that's a lot, and it's really hot outside. So we start hiking, we're probably about a mile in. And like there's these creeks with like little rocks, and like in order to get to the other side of the trail, you have to like jump on all these like little rocks and stuff. And I was like, okay, like, I have my new Nikes on, we can do this. So I'm like skipping, I'm jumping, and I slip and I fall, and I like land on the rock, and I was so pissed because my shoes were all muddy, and these were brand new Nikes, and I was like, oh man, my shoes, and I pushed it behind me, whatever. So like I keep going, and we finally get to like where it ends, and if you've ever been to Hermit Falls, it's like this big rock, and then like 60 or 70 feet below there's like this stream where you can like jump into, and I look at it and I'm like, there's no way I'm jumping off of here. And she's like, why? And I'm like, do you see it? Like it's so like it's high. And she's like, no, whatever. So she runs and she jumps off, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm getting nauseous, like I'm not gonna do this, I'm not doing it. And this like big like Mexican family's like right over here, they're drinking beer, whatever. They're like, oh, you're not going to jump? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to jump. And so like my friend comes back up, and she's like, okay, I'll hold your hand and we'll jump together. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we're at the edge, and she's like, I'm going to count to 5. And I'm like, not 3? She's like, no, 5. And she's like, okay. She goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she jumps, and I'm like, haha, bye! And she's falling down, and she's like, are you like effing kidding me? And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like I'm standing there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jump. And she's like, okay. And the Mexican guy's like, yeah, you're going to jump. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 3. And I jump off, and like I didn't think that we should like go straight down. I was just like, woo! Like, you know what I mean? And like I land, like completely like ow, you know what I mean? And like I'm like under the water, I'm like, oh man, like it's freezing, but like my leg hurts, and I get out, I'm like crawling out of the water, and like my leg is blue, like completely like purple, and I was so pissed, but I was so happy because I did it, and I finally jumped off, and I overcame my fear, and yeah, that was my trip to Hermit Falls.